Hey guys, I'm Robert at lwflowers.com. Most people call me the flower guy. Hey, today we also have clearwatercandle.com. We basically manufacture handmade soy candles. They're all natural. Today we're going to be making about 4 different fragrances. We'll be doing them in small batches. So we'll be doing some new 4-ounce fragrances, some new 4-ounce containers. We're also going to be doing some tea lights and some 8-ounce jelly jars and a 16-ounce candy jar. So we're only going to run some small batches. There's a few things that we do. I don't know if you've seen any of these, but I make these, and so it easily just holds a few pounds of wax. So if you guys want to buy any of these, it's great. If you're just running small batches, I'll just show them to you really quick. So virtually this is what they are. So I can melt quite a bit of wax in there. I've got a ball valve on the end here. People can make them. You know, we don't make really any money on them when we make them and sell them. So I do 2 sizes so I can run more wax. That's the bigger one. This is the littler one. So again, it's got a small ball valve on it. You know, open and close it when your wax gets to temperature. I do make these, so you know, for some smaller crafters that don't want to spend, you know, $700 to $1,000 on a big wax machine, or do it on their stove. This is a little safer. So, like I said, today we're just going to run some small batches. And we're just going to run some small batches of a few different fragrances. And so this video here will continue as I go through the process. Thanks. Hey guys, so I kind of wanted to show you the process of melting down this wax. So this wax comes in slabs. 10-pound slabs like this. And so what we're going to do is just cut it down. You can just use any sharp knife and just cut it down to put it in the melters. I just like to take a sharp knife, cut through each side like that. Hold it on the table, it'll break, and then I'll cut them up into a couple smaller pieces. And we'll just put them in our melter. So I'm going to go ahead and melt off this whole 10 pounds. I'm going to use it, so I don't want to put quite that much in that one. So that's basically how we're going to fill those melters. We're going to get them turned on. We'll get the temperatures to come up in them, and we'll get our bases and containers ready. Hey guys, so today we're going to continue making our candles. Getting the wax melted down in my containers here. So we're going to start just setting the wicks in these jars. We're going to be doing a canning jar, a 16-ounce canning jar. We'll be doing an 8-ounce jelly jar. I'm going to try these 4-ounce jars for the first time, and we'll do some tea lights. So basically, the wicks that we'll be using for the tea lights are these little ones. They are a cotton core, a 44-20-18, and we'll just get ready to glue those in. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I got done gluing all the wicks into the containers here. You know, again, we're going to pour some tea lights, some 16-ounce canning jars, some 8-ounce jelly jars, some 4-ounce jelly jars, and some tarts. I forgot I had these clamshell tarts here, so people like to use those for the burners. So wherever we have extra, we'll pour. A couple of things I kind of wanted to show you. We're done with the hot glue, so give me some moving room. But what I like to do, when the wicks are a little bit long, like that, I like to just cut them off a little bit, give you less to work with. There's no reason for them to, be so long. So at this point, also what we're going to do is I've made these little sticks. This is what I use to keep the wicks in place. Again, if you're DIY, I have the other things too. If you're DIY, you want to do these at home, I just take some of these sticks that you get at your craft stores, and I just cut them down. And so I basically will just wrap the wick around it and hold it tight onto the jar. So this way, let me show you. So this way, when you pour your wax, the wick's going to move just a little bit, and you can just move that stick, and it'll set your wick right in the middle. And then when it's done drying, you can just take it out. So that's a fun little way to to keep your wicks in the middle. The glue is a pain. The hot glue, the little strands that it leaves. So here it is. Here's a couple that I did. So I'll do that on the 4 ounce or the 8 ounce and the 4 ounce. So what I'll do is get these wicks all ready to go. That's how it looks on the 4 ounce, on the 8 ounce jelly jars. And for me, these work. I have other ways to set wicks, but for me these work. When they're set up and they're dry, we take them apart and we get them ready for wholesale and retail sale. So I could have cut that wick a little shorter, but again, here's our new little 4 ounce jar that we're going to try out and see how it works. So I'm going to go through here and finish setting these wicks, clean up a little bit, put these stickers on them, and we'll be ready to start pouring some wax. Okay, hi guys, here we are back again. I've got my containers all set up now. I've got the stickers all on them. I've got the wicks all cut and get ready to make a pour. So this is the point where we're going to mix our colored chips and our fragrance. So in this bucket here, we're going to mix about 3 pounds of wax because I only have 3 ounces of fragrance. This is going to be a cypress and bayberry. So we'll end up putting about 3 pounds of wax in there. I have the wax chips right here, and I will cut those wax chips down and put them in there. And basically, I shred them up with a knife, so when the wax does go in there, it's a little bit easier to melt down. I've been using these chips for a long time, so I just continue to use them. So anyway, there's that's how we do those. So this next one here, I'm going to buy regular. I got a regular bayberry. So this one's going to be a cypress and bayberry that I'm going to be using red and black chips for. This one right here is regular bayberry. I'm testing the two fragrances. I want to see which one smells woodier. From the smell of the fragrance, the cypress and bayberry smells much more cologne-y than the regular bayberry does. So, we'll see. In the regular bayberry, I'm going to be using 4 chips of bayberry, 1 chip of red and 1 chip of black. I like the red and the black contour. It gives it a little bit of depth in the color. So I'll cut those chips there down. And the next fragrance I'm going to do is going to be a sweet orange chili pepper. And so in that, I'm going to be using 4 chips of orange and 1 chip of black. So anyways, we're going to trim these down. I'm going to pour the wax in these containers, and when I start to pour and weigh out the fragrance, I will come back to you. Okay, I'm back. So we are, wait a minute. Okay, so I'm back. So we're going to get ready to mix our fragrance and our chips in the wax. So this one right here, I'm going to be doing the cypress and bayberry. I have my chips that I've cut up a little bit in there, just to help break it down. We're gonna put 3 pounds of wax in here. So I do have the scale here zeroed out, and so our wax in our container is running about 175, which to me is perfect. So I'm going to just basically, we're going to take this, we're going to open up this ball joint just a little bit. And so I just kind of put a good amount of hot wax in there, and then I squish this around. I really squish this around to just really get the color chips in there, you know, get the color chips in there broken down. And I don't like I gotta watch the scale because I don't want it to go dead. But anyway, we're gonna put 3 pounds in there. So I don't know if you guys ever used a thing like this that I'm using, but it works out perfect. So right now we're at 1.5 pounds. So we're 2.7 pounds. So throw a little bit more in there. See where we're at. 2.10. 13. Okay, there's 3 pounds. So we have 3 pounds right now in this container. I'm going to just stir it up. This is going to be the spoon in that for this container. I do let these cool down a little before I add the fragrance oil. So that's just, I don't like to add the fragrance oil this hot. I've tend to have it burned before. So now this one, our regular bayberry, because we just did cypress and bayberry, our regular bayberry, I have my chips all done. So I'm going to zero this out too. It already is, and do the same thing. So this one, we're going to do a little bit more. We're going to do 4.5 pounds of wax to pour a little bit more. I've got plenty of fragrance, so we're going to do 4.5 pounds of wax. We're going to do 4.5 ounces of fragrance. So when your chips get mixed up in there well, it's the black and the red tend to a little bit harder for them to melt. So I can still see a little bit in there. So I'll just keep spinning it until it melts. I find the higher the volume that you put in there, the little harder it gets for the little chips to, to melt down in there, and then you've got, kind of a weird color. So I add a little more heat. I just keep setting that on it because I don't want it to. Go to zero. Well, I've already got it all weighed out. So here we're just going to pour some in, and I know this one's going to be 4.5 pounds. So let's see where we're at. We're at 3.5, so we need another pound. Okay, 4.65, so we're pretty close. We're going to let it stay there. Give it a stir. just to kind of keep, if any of the chips haven't broke down, I kind of keep stirring. So we're going to do the same thing with this one. This one is going to be our orange, sweet orange chili pepper. So again, we got to, this one here is almost out. So we're just going to switch over to this other burner I got. I'll get it out of, I'll get my 4.5 pounds out of here. So again, we're just going to put it in there and swish it around. It's going to be kind of cool. This is the orange, and it's hard to see, huh? I think I told you I did orange and black chips, but I actually did orange and red. 5 orange, 1 red. And we're putting it in 4.5 pounds of wax, 4.5 ounces of fragrance. In just a little bit, this place is going to really have a great smell. And get the last of that chip to break down. If you don't get the chips, completely melted in there, when you pour your candles, you'll find it'll always, the little dark chip, the little piece of darkness will make its way to the outside of the glass container, and then you'll see it. And to me, I just I don't like seeing that, so it's just a preference. So let me get the rest of the wax in here. I know that by the looks of that, it's got to be about 3/4 full. So if you're, if you do this from home, these melts right here are great, because if you got to buy a big commercial machine, they're pretty expensive. So if you're just a weekend candler and just do this once in a while, these are great to use. If you want one, just let me know. Give me a call. I make them. So let's check, see where we're at. Okay, we're at 3 and almost 4. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, 4.77, close enough to our 4.8. I just want to re-weigh this one. Yep, 4.8. Again, just going to stir that. Okay, so for right now, we are all set. Our wax is going to be cooling down in these containers. I'll add the fragrance and see where we're at. Let me see if I can see what the temperature of this one is yet. Okay, so we're dropping down almost cool enough to add the fragrance, so I'll be adding fragrance in that one pretty quick. Anyways, I will get back to you when I start pouring, so stay tuned. Okay, so we're back. So our candle has relaxed, our wax has relaxed a little bit in the containers. So I'm going to basically now put the fragrance in. Right now the wax is running about 120. So I'm going to zero that out. We're going to add our bayberry to it. I want to put about 4.8 ounces. Extra, but see how that goes. with this one. Let's zero it out. I'm going to put about 4.8 ounces of this one also. Let them sit over there, cool down a little bit more, and when I get ready to pour these candles, I will come back and okay, I'm just getting these utensils wiped off. I'm getting ready to pour one of these, just want to get the fragrance off. I've already stirred the can, so now my spoon is clean, doesn't have any wax or fragrance on there. I want a few of these sizes, so I'm going to start with pouring the bigger one, just so I can, get a few sizes of them. Well, maybe I'll pour a little tea light since it's here. So here's our little tea light. Pour that. I need to just see how it responds. I'm also going to pour the 16 ounce. Wow, this smells really good. So I'm going to pour a couple of my 8 ounce. Well, let's do a 4 ounce, since I need to get all these sizes in. And how about one of these? So I don't know how much I got left in there. If I have enough for another 16. Let's try it. Hope so. Yep. So 2. Let's maybe do another 4 ounce. Yeah, we got our tea light. Got some more in there. So 2 and 2 and 2. Let's see. Okay. Well, we used most of it. So that's our pour. What I do so I can keep track of everything is I just keep the fragrance bottle, right by whatever I'm pouring. And so now I'm going to go clean this container while we can and get ready for the next pour. So before we get ready to package these for retail, there's some small imperfections here. See it's just from setting. So we go through and we just kind of go through and we melt the ends. So nice heat gun. I just go right around the edges with the heat gun. It'll melt that top and fill in that crevice. It doesn't really hurt it. It just looks nicer for retail. So see how it's filling in that hole. I don't know. It's just that when the wax settles while it's drying, that happens. So again, we're just going to go through here, and this one was pretty nice. Don't really have to do much of that one. So here's another one. This little one here. it'll just give it a nicer look when they take the lid off is all. It's a little bit more professional. Then after this, we'll put the labels on. At this point, we got to get the lids on and the labels on. So well, this handwork like this is just kind of boring, but you know, it just makes it look like it's a better product. Done more handwork, more professional, you know, all that stuff. So. So anyway, then when we're done with that, we put the lids on it like these. These are our 4 ounce, and then they're packaged for sale. So then they start looking like, you know, it's kind of what they look like when they're all done. And so we basically just go to here and we just basically pull from, you know, the shelf and ship them. Anyways, again, it's Robert at LW Flowers, and also Clearwater Candle. If you like my videos, please hit the like button and subscribe, and we will keep making them. If there's anything that you want to know, leave it in the comments. Thanks.